Welcome back to New Mexico Media Makers. Joining us right now is local producer and actor Lauren Myers. Lauren, thank you for being on the show.
Hi, thank you for having me here.
You are such a dynamic artist. You produce, you act, you work in film and theater, you write. Tell us about your current passion project.
Right now, the big one is Dead Billy, which is a feature film that Scott Milder and myself, we co-wrote the story, and then he wrote the screenplay for it. And we raised $30,000 on Kickstarter to make it. Thank you. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, it was great, and we are currently in production because we kind of extended production over about a 3-month period for various reasons. So I'm right smack dab in the thick of it right now.
Thank you for making time to meet with us today.
Yeah.
So this is a local production. Would you categorize it as?
Oh, definitely. Very local, very indie, almost 100% New Mexican crew, New Mexico actors. Yeah.
And what was that path like to become such a successful Kickstarter campaign?
Blood, sweat, and tears. Well, it was, you know, when you care about something deeply enough, you go all out for it, and it was took a lot of improvisation, a lot of creativity, a lot of not letting people forget that there is something that you care deeply about and that you need their help to make it happen.
And is that where the story rooted, creating this piece with Scott?
Yeah, it was just, we want to make a good film, and Scotty's such a fantastic, talented writer that we were like, if we're going to make a feature film, then we're gonna make it good, and it's gonna explode. We want to make something that's gonna really make an impact on people.
And did you bring a clip with you today?
I did, actually. This is actually our first cut scene. It's a rough cut, so it's not 100% done. But this is a scene of a little more than halfway through the movie between my character and Billy's daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we roll that clip?
Because the guy broke into his apartment and was trying to stab him in the kidney. And he said that he went to that guy's grave to piss on it. But it was Memorial Day, and there were all these people around. So we settled for just spitting on it. He didn't tell you that story, did he? Do you know why they call me Dead Billy? What are you doing here, little Callie?
I need to find him.
Why? He's dead. I mean, probably, right?
Wow, Lauren. That is not a comedy.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's actually a very dark story, which is what was so fascinating about writing it. I mean, it was with Scotty, who tends to write more dark things. But it was a chance to write this very dynamic, complex female character who gets caught in this world, and you know how she handles her circumstances it's been interesting to experience all that.
And since you touched on that really briefly, right now women are taking these emerging roles as leaders in front and behind the camera. Tina Fey's a really great example with what she's done with 30 Rock and winning awards. You're in a really unique position. You are a young woman in this industry and creating work that you care about. Can you touch on what that's been like for you?
It's been interesting. I have to say, watching the Golden Globes, actually, for example, was like inspiring because I felt like women were the highlight of it. And so a lot of the women that were up there were like, you know, you all are my inspiration, and they were my inspiration. And it's, we all know as female artists, a lot of times a lot of roles are written for men. A lot of the good roles are written for men. And women are just as compelling as men are, I think, in life and in film and theater. And so it's like, well, if I know I can bring that to the table, then I'm going to create opportunities where I can show the world, hey, this is who we are, this is what we're capable of. And it's been hard.
Okay.
A lot of more blood, sweat, and tears. But it's been really rewarding at the same time. And I kind of enjoy going through each day saying, hey, like, I'm doing this. Like, I'm proving a lot of people wrong. And that's kind of fun.
Amazing.
Now, I'd have to say, not just because I'm outnumbered on this panel, all for girl power, girl power. But as a female, how do you still feel like there's a little bit of an old boys network? Are there still things that may seem antiquated? I mean, hurdles that you have to pass to be a female filmmaker? I mean, that maybe men immediately get a go on, but a woman has to prove extra.
Yeah, there's that challenge. There was an article, I think, in the New York Times about Catherine Bigelow and what it's like to be a female director. And there are hurdles, but it's like you can, sit around and cry about it, or you can just go out there and keep pushing. And yeah, we may have to work a little harder, but I think we do that in life in general.
What would you say is a really good place to start for the women who are watching this program right now, no matter age or demographic? What's a good place for them to start if they want to get into this business more and take control of what their work is?
I say if there's something that they're passionate about, whether it's if they want to write something, if they want to take an acting class, New Mexico Film, that website, and Duke City Rep, like the theater company, all the theater websites, like look for resources with like writing workshops, networking, meeting people. I mean, I met Scotty randomly through a friend, and here we are making a feature film together. And yeah, just keep looking for your resources and write your own work if you want to.
Write your own work. That seems to be the theme these days.
Yeah, definitely.
And what's your dream for Dead Billy? Where do you want that to go?
Sundance.
Yeah.
Sundance,
Sure.
worldwide distribution. Having people see it, you Netflix, Redbox, you want people to sit in a movie theater and experience your work and your art, and that's all I really want. I want people to see it, and I want as many people to see it.
What's it going to take for New Mexico to keep an artist like you?
I think, I want to stay here.
Okay.
I love New Mexico. I love making films here. I love making theater here. And I think it's just, we keep those incentives going. We keep the independent film and the theater community thriving. Just that support of the arts, whether it's film or theater, I think it's going to bring people here. It's going to keep people here, and it's going to allow us to make some good stuff.
What do you think's lacking out of all the things that we need to really make a cohesive film community? What do you see from your own personal experience that we could improve on?
Awareness. I think just overall awareness, and I think that awareness that there's some money necessary. Not a lot. Duke City Rep is a nonprofit. Dead Billy was paid for $30,000, which is not a lot of money. And I think just letting people know that, hey, we can make this happen with this little bit of money or this little bit of support. I think that's all it takes.
Yeah, that's what we try to do here. I mean, the idea is to broadcast what our community needs and where we can go. And if we know the people that are moving it and shaking it, hopefully we can do that.
Yeah.
That seemed to be the common thread, is that we find people who are really passionate enough to do with the blood, sweat, and tears, what it takes to have their words that they've written made. But anymore, it's about writing your work, getting someone to shoot it, and uploading it to a video sharing site.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
It's really easy to get your work out there. It's harder to make people aware of it, because there's so much stuff on the internet now, and so it's what can you do to make your stuff pop, be catchy, make people have to see it.
Well, it's minds like yours that I think the business in New Mexico is really, really benefiting from. You're cutting edge, you have ideas, and you're a woman. I personally am really in favor of that.
Get out. I'm not going to disagree with anybody here, obviously.
Thank you for being on the show today, Lauren.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Have a great production with
Thank
Dead Billy.
you. Thanks.
Thank you for joining us today on New Mexico Media Makers with our guests, Emilia Ampuero and Lauren Myers. We're your hosts, Catherine Palacios and Mike Gaba. Next week to see what's hot and happening in New Mexico media. Until then, keep smiling. You never know when you're going to be on camera.